good to go?
Yes.
Good to go. Good evening, sir. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Shan. I'm from Prime TV. Yes, sir. Welcome to this interview segment. So, please, sir, can we know your name?
My name is Fernandes.
Okay, sir. So, what is your love for entertainment?
Well, since the time I came to Nigeria, that was more than 3 decades ago plus, I always had love for the Nigerian artists. It's just that at that time when I came in, things were not coordinated properly. So it was more or less they were restricted to the African circuit, like Sony Okosum, Oliver de Cope, and the Victor Waifo. And the good thing about all of them, they all played for me at one time or the other. But the music of then, they were cut off from real music as at that time. Not unlike the current generation of musicians, they don't know what they're singing. They don't have any meaning to their singing. Those people, they were not rich, but they were contending. Like Sony Okosum, he sang for the presidents. Nelson Mandela, we talk about the guy from Ghana. But at the end of the day, he died a horrible death. He died in faraway Atlanta. He was having colon cancer. And sad enough, I was supposed to fly him down from Atlanta to India for his treatment. And yet, the guy who started the campaign with the former president, the Democratic setup, gave him only $2,000. He was a national award winner. But you can see, so that time the music was with passion, but were not harnessed like what is being done now. So I decided now to throw my weight in and decided to help the music industry, especially our choristers. So that's where we started from. And the first major show was in 2002, in regular 2003, 4, 5, 6. Before we got, there's no musician that has not played for me. Starting from Two-Face down to, I'm talking about the new generation one, P-Square, Himaya, we had Bracket, we had Kefi, we had, you name them, Paul played Iro and all this stuff. So that's how now things started to go. And their music started becoming popular. So I decided now to throw my weight behind the industry because music is all about creativity and require backing. You can be singing in your house and if you are not heard in the outside world, you are not making it. And that's why you require a push. We have so many naturally talented Catholic musicians. But what they are suffering from is exposure. There was one from Cross River, from your place. You should know them. He was a colonel. He retired. His son, he spent his retirement benefits on promoting his son. At the end of the day, they could not go far. And I warned them. I warned them. I said, don't venture into a failed project. Because before you can launch your son to that level that you want to take him to, you will not make it, you will break your backbone. So every kobo that you put in, and every kobo that you have borrowed, you don't recover. And right enough, that's exactly what happened. So, for me now, I'm taking my time to ensure that the thing is done in a proper manner. Stage-wise. And I'm a Catholic, and I'm supposed to promote the Catholic musicians. And that's what I want to do now. For the last 3 years, we have been trying to take it up step by step because it's not about how good you sing, it's about what facilities you have to do your rehearsing, a good studio, a good backup band, instruments, state of the art, So there are so many factors. Fortunately, we have got everything now. So I'm the one literally hunting for our musicians to avail them, for them to avail the facilities that we have put in place for their recording at Videli Studio at Guarimpa, so that they can start practicing and harnessing, and as I said, exposure. You can't make it in one day. You have to make it in some years. So by the time, how does Christ of Mercy expand? He doesn't give them money. He brings musicians out from their church and makes his parishes to pay for their services. You have the like Gucci, you have Frank Edwards, you have Sinach, you have well-known artists under the Christ Embassy platform. We should have gone far as Catholics because we have everything that it takes to succeed. But we are there down the ladder. So, but that situation should change next year by the grace of God. And as I said, the hard work and determination of the artist, backed up with our support and exposure, will take them to the top. God guiding them, blessing them. Because once they hit it at the top there, music is money. Of course. Music is money. You can see the new Jerusalem, the guy, see the money he's making. Apart from the new one, the latest trend now, what is that guy now? Kiss Daniel's song, Buga. Buga. But if you look at it critically, all these things, they don't have lyrics. They don't have, when you say music, music is all about lyrics. Music should have meaning. Like I always tell my choristers, we have 350 hymns in the Catholic hymn book, but we still take that same drag old thing again and again and again and again, without venturing out into those 350 solid hymns. It's only in a few parishes in Lagos that they experiment out throughout the hymn. But in this part of Abuja, I have not seen that happening. So it is also important that the choristers should be talked to into taking hymns that have not been taken before. And usually in India, we have one thing called 15 minutes before the Mass, the priest and the choir will rehearse along with the congregation. So congregation is carried along, and that's how the hymns become famous. But if you start only the choir, to focus on the choir and the choir will sing, then the congregation is lost. They don't know what to sing and how to go about it. So these are the things, like a parish that is outstation or like your parish. We should lay the foundation on a good note from now. So as you develop and you grow, it follows. But the system has to be put in place first before your children, great-grandchildren, great-grandchildren will continue. But if you have not put the structures in place, you are where you are, and you are not added any value.
At all.
You are not adding any value. I was in Ogoja. I know the talent in Ogoja. I was shocked when I seen the talent in Ogoja. Superb. And like that hidden talent is plenty in the rural dioceses in Nigeria. So I've traveled far and wide. So when I go to the rural diocese and I see talent wasted. But if it's harnessed very, very well. I was in Ejule now in Kogi State. You see talent there. So unless you go around, then you know how to harness and bring them together. Music is expensive, because first you have to bring them together, warehouse them, like accommodation, give them to feed, all those factors, because you're going to make money out of the person. But it's a long-term investment. It's not an immediate thing that you bring now. So that is it. So going now is talent where our own Catholic brother now, God Speaking, came up with his God Speaking Entertainment. Last year was the time. I think before then we did something, but not under him. It was at the parish level. And that's our trademark of CKC. CKC is well known. That's the only parish in the whole of Nigeria that has a well articulated end of the year party, you know, and nobody has matched CKC. Forget about Patrick Fernandes now. CKC collectively, you follow, and for the massive crowd that turns out for that occasion. It's a date to remember, you follow, and it's anchored by now God speaking. Last year was even superb. This year is going to be extra superb.
Amen.
Extra superb. Yeah. I already met with the stage crew and everybody, and they all get up for that event. And this year is going to be live. You follow? So that's why I was telling God speaking that he should create the hype and go around parishes so that they are all fine-tuned. The compound cannot accommodate thousands, but everybody can sit in their comforts of their home and watch it on TV or their handset or whatever. You
Okay,
follow?
okay, sir. The third question, sir. You are one of the major sponsors of the last year event, and this year also. What's your motivation, sir?
No, it's to support artists, support the industry, give our own Catholic backing, flavor, add value, so that we also can show ourselves to the Christian world that we Catholics can also do something. We don't have to depend on Christ and Bessie. Christ and Bessie is limited to individuals. But that massive stage, which again will be showcased on the 11th of December, I doubt if any church can afford that.
Okay, sir. The fourth question, sir.
But that itself,
God picking himself.
yeah, he is an upcoming rising star, still not found his level yet. He's still trying to achieve to get to the level, and he requires also packaging. What's called in Nigeria, use packaging. So if he's packaged well, the sky is the limit. Comedy has gone far, entertainment has gone far. You follow? Now with this YouTube, and we are the first people with 5G now. This is 5G. So our bandwidth and this is superb on our, even the church, CKC, we are proud. We are the first people to have 5G. We are on 5G, and then we have got the yellow box. That yellow box now streams all channels together: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Which is the fourth one? The four.
Special RMT channel.
All. That thing came from America, and he's in possession of it. You follow? So when you wherever you are, it's not just YouTube. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have all, and we have got that. Plus, we are getting more equipment. We are getting more equipment. You follow? But it takes time. Equipment costs money. You see, because you see what happened in the entertainment industry. Why I like the people that we are partnering, I am. The guy knows equipment. He has equipment. He invests in equipment. But the others, like for example now, this camera of you can be for the next 3 years. But your own camera has come up with different versions of improvement. So if you are not earning your money, how will you improve? That is it. You see? So nobody can match I am. I'm proud to say that. Because he's focused. He's focused. The equipment that he brings every year run into millions. And remember, it's one thing bringing the equipment, another thing is earn the money to bring in that equipment. So if you don't have the passion, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. So you must also appreciate I am. He is blessed. He got me. Because if you see the equipment that he's going to display, and you wonder, where did God pick and get the money from? Because he is the face for the program, not me. We are the people backing him. You follow? So that's the identity we are trying to portray him. You follow? So it speaks a lot. It will speak for the next at least few months in the new year. That program was fantastic.
So the next question: what can you say about the event, night of the King?
Yeah, this is our standard yearly event of CKC. We started it years ago. And it is improving, and it keeps improving. and will continue to improve. So what we want to do is lay the foundation. So that's why I like my children to follow me. So when I die tomorrow, the children continue. We follow. So the trend continues and it only keeps improving, but not reducing.
Okay, sir.
That's important.
So one more
Eventually we'll get sponsors. We must get sponsors. Because what sponsorship is all about, what is the mileage a company wants to get, not from the event, but from putting the channels in place, TV, you have the YouTube, so their product has to sell. They are looking at the mass market. That's where people don't understand this. You go for a sponsorship, first question they'll ask you, what mileage are they going to get for their product? They've not come with the product for 10,000 people. They've not come with the product for 25. They're talking about the mass appeal, millions of what it can reach to. So that's where they are very, very interested. So that's how they will come forward and ask, begging you, please, this year we want to do this.
Thank you, sir. The last question, sir. What's your Christmas message to Nigerians?
Well, is to continue praying to God. Nigeria is a great country. If everything is harnessed well by the grace of God, as I said, then this country has no reason to suffer. This country has talent. This country has everything that it takes. Good weather, good climate. I enjoy this country more than anybody else. Because there's no country like Nigeria where, apart from the hardship, you follow. But that should change soon, because you see, there's always a developing time for every country. Europe has peaked, Asia has peaked, America has peaked. All eyes are on Africa, and Nigeria, being the king of Africa, will sit up and rise up to the top. Nigeria's future is great. I'm sure in the next 5 years, every country passed through the stress what Nigeria has passed through. It's a passing phase. You'll see people now jostling to get visas to come to Nigeria. Talk less of people looking for visas to go out. They're looking how to come to Nigeria. That is the question. And that day is not far from today. So it's just a question of putting the right team in the right place and enabling environment, for people to. This country is great. I've not seen a country that is blessed all around. Oil, gas, kerosene, aviation fuel, good weather, rice, all these things. The country is not blessed as much as Nigeria is blessed, all round. But it's not harnessed properly. The day it is harnessed properly, that you see Nigeria booming to the top. And Nigeria must make it to the top.
Amen.
I'm sure about that. It may not happen at my time. It may happen at my time. It may not happen, but it must happen one day.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you very much.
Make sure you get your table reservation for the night duty in 2022.
Okay, this is an appeal to all lovers of entertainment, especially our Catholic faithful. Make sure you book your table, you followed, and don't regret that you have not booked one. But that day it's going to be an interesting day. By the grace of God again. It's not by my making, but led by the Spirit of the Most High God. So make sure you book your table. You followed, but that day is a day to remember. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So contact, I think the contact numbers are there and all. Okay.
Thank you.
Play that again.